Hey everybody, it's Sunday again, and I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for my voice. Excuse me while I clear it real quick. I have tried to rest my voice for the last 3 hours so that we could do the chat tonight. This is courtesy of East Tennessee. So yeah, every spring, everyone around East Tennessee starts to sound creepy like this, and I'm one of the lucky few who actually loses their voice. So yeah, that's awesome. And I hope that Facebook is not going to do this thing where I don't see the comments. Oh, no, well, I can see who's watching, but nobody. Oh, hey Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, for saving the day, because I was getting worried. Hey Cheryl, I was getting worried that we weren't going to be able to see the comments again tonight. But anyway, I was just saying today is, hey Sybil, today is Sunday and it is March the 11th. And next Saturday is mine and John's, I think, 29th anniversary. I don't know, somebody's gonna have to do the math. And hey Liz, in case he says, oh, I'll probably sound like that in a week or two. Yeah, she probably will. Yeah, hey Paula, hey Jordan. Jordan, calm down. You can stay for just a minute. Let me say hey to everybody first. Hey Mary, hey Pat, and hey other Mary. Yeah, so sorry about the voice. Hey Tedders, and hey Kim, so sorry about the voice. This is courtesy of East Tennessee. So, hey Melanie, I will be sipping on, have a cup of hot tea tonight. So I have the, yeah, Debbie, I'm not sick. I mean, yes, I am raspy. Hey, Jennifer, I'm not sick though. And hey, Janice. So I'm sipping on some Tazo tea that Casey got me. This is the lemon something. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, the glazed lemon loaf. Yeah, so hey, Karen. And hey, Sybil. Yeah, hey, Cindy. So anyway, I'm sipping on hot tea tonight, and I'm hoping that my voice is going to make it through the, and hey, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. I'm hoping that my voice is going to make it the whole time. Hey, other Kim. So yeah, I've got the Tazo tea. Hey, Mary. Tazo tea, glazed lemon loaf. And hey, Carol. And I have some lemon in here. Hey, Angie. Good to see you. And I'm hoping that my voice is going to make it for the whole chat. Hey, Joyce. So I've been trying to not use my voice for the last 3 hours. Hey, Betty, which, as you all know, is like nearly impossible for me. Hey, Karen. Winsor Karen's here. Hey, Paula. Or, yes, Paula, I know. I love this tea, too. Hey, Renee. So, YouTube people, if you're watching this later, yeah, so sorry about this. And YouTube people, hey, Laura. Laura's actually catching it live with us tonight. So, everybody say hey to Laura. It's Lora. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the lemon loaf, the hot tea is gonna, with the lemon in it, is going to help my voice. And I'm hoping I'm gonna make it the whole time. But YouTube people, if you're watching this later, if you're not watching this with us live on March the 11th, then YouTube people, look in the comments, because I will say when the actual chat starts, yeah, after I get done saying hello to everyone. So I'll take another sip of the tea. Hopefully that'll get my voice going again. Hey, Betsy. So sorry about this. When insurance companies, I sound like a middle school boy whose voice is changing. But anyway, when people move to East Tennessee, or when insurance companies tell people in East Tennessee that, hey Aaron, tell people in East Tennessee that allergies are, yeah, that it's just, a couple of times a year. No, allergies in Tennessee are like, a constant thing. So again, I apologize for the voice. So people that are coming in later, I apologize for that. So today is Sunday, March the 11th. I have a couple of questions, and then I'm going to have to do something real quick, or Jordan's going to bail out on us. So who forgot about the time change today? Who forgot? Who's here in the United States and you forgot to set your clock ahead? I want to know who was late. Show me some hands. If you were late for something today, hey Becky, if you were late for, and hey Tina, if you were late for something today because you forgot to set your clock ahead, go ahead and confess it now to everybody. Yep, Shannon was late. Betsy was late for something today. Yeah, I know. So after all the warning I did yesterday, and I got everybody prepped, and I was like, okay, I was texting people, hey, don't forget that, don't forget that we're going to, move forward, move our clocks forward. I actually freaked somebody out in our group, because I said it was time to move our clocks forward, and she was like, no, we have another month. We have, it's not until next month. So this lady was like, what are you talking about? It's not until next month. She's in Ireland. So apparently in Ireland, they also have the time change, but they don't have it until next month. So who knew that? And Casey said that in Arizona, the time doesn't change. I'm moving to Arizona because I vote that we don't change our time. Okay, next question, real quick. because Jordan's wanting me to do something. I actually have a couple of comments and then a question. So Jordan is wanting me to do something and she's needing to get off. So Jordan, if you can sit top for just another second. And the next thing is we need to take our meeting attendance. Hey, Wendy, hip hopsicle. So who attended a meeting last week? If you attended a meeting last week or if you attended our meeting last week, give me and yourself a thumbs up so I can give you your Bravo stickers. So if you were here for our meeting last Sunday or if you were, or if you attended a physical meeting last week, go ahead and do a thumbs up, and the thumbs up is for me and for you. Good, good. There's lots of you. So YouTube people that can't see this, there's lots of people with thumbs ups. Yeah, so awesome. Awesome, guys. Okay, here's your Bravo stickers. Everybody that attended a meeting last week, or if you attended our meeting, here's your Bravo sticker. So I want to see you all taking those, and I want to see you sticking them in your books because you attended last week. You attended a meeting. Next thing, real quick, before Jordan starts coming unglued on me. Is anybody watching American Idol while you're watching the chat? Go ahead and admit it. So I need to know, is there anyone who is watching American Idol while they're watching the chat? Hey, Carla. Okay, so the first person's coming out. I'll tell y'all why in just a second. So, hey, Ruth, how are you? So is there anybody? Okay, Jackie. So Jackie is watching American Idol while she is watching the chat. So I don't want you all to turn off the chat and watch American Idol. I need one person. Jackie, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so Jackie, Betsy, whoever, if you see a boy, a very handsome young man, I shouldn't say a boy, he's not a little boy anymore, a very handsome young man that's tall, kind of a big young man, and he's a very young man, and his name is Caleb Lee Hutchison. So if anybody's watching American Idol while they're watching this, hey Cynthia, if Caleb Lee Hutchison comes on, hey Lisa, if somebody will tell me, I would like to turn around and just see him just for a second. He's a friend of ours. And he was on American Idol a few years ago, and his dad has been very proud and reminding John and I that he will be on, I think he's going to be on this season, and his dad kept saying March 11th, don't forget to watch March 11th. So I'm assuming maybe he'll be on there tonight, but anyway, his name is Caleb Lee Hutchison. So if you're watching, if somebody will just let me know, hey Cindy, if somebody will let me know when he's on, I'll turn around real quick and just look at him, and then I promise I'll turn right back. And you know, I don't know, is American Idol one of those shows? Hey, Gladys. Is American Idol one of those shows where you can vote for people? Because if it is, I would appreciate you all voting for him. His dad is awesome, and he is too. And he's an amazing young man. I keep calling him kid because he's a kid. He's still a kid. He's just a giant kid. Anyway, he's a young man. Okay. So here's the part that Jordan's waiting on. Jordan, are you there? So Jordan and Casey, you have to tell me that you're there. You have to tell me that you're there or I'm not doing this. So I'm waiting. Jordan and Casey, are you there? Hey, Kathy. Glad you're here. Okay, Jordan's here. So, who wants to know what I have on underneath my sweatshirt? Does everybody see that Jordan said yes and put I'm here in all capital letters? Does anyone want to see what's on? Hey, Terry. Does anyone want to see what's on underneath my my sweatshirt? Who wants to know? Who wants to know? Guess what came in this week? Yeah, and I don't know, I can't remember, we've had a couple of Carols come through. Has Carol, our Wego Club president, come on because the Wego shirts are here. Can you all even see it? Can you even see it, or am I down too far? Anyway, these are the Wego shirts that Jordan designed. So we now have Wego t-shirts. This is the fitted version. So this is the fitted version. It's a little bit more fitted. Oh, and look what it says on the back. Yeah. So in case you couldn't see that whole thing, it says #Wego Club. But these are the ones. This is the one that Jordan designed, and Casey and I have been anxiously awaiting them. Yes. So this is the fitted version. It has the V-neck, and of course it has the Wego logo on it, which I guess the Wego has a logo now. But anyway, so we were super pumped, but we ordered the fitted kind with a V-neck, and then we'll be ordering the regular cut. I don't know what you call these two different cuts, but anyway, so this one is a fitted cut, so so it kind of goes in on the sides, and I will say I had to size up, so I'll wear a large in a regular t-shirt, so a t-shirt that just has straight sides, whatever kind you call that. I'll wear, and I'm standing on my toes trying to show you all this, but anyway, so in a regular t-shirt, the kind that's straight, I'll wear a large, and in this fitted one, I needed an extra large. So when it is time to order them, or if y'all want one, just let us know, and Yeah, but you will need to size up. But anyway, so, oh, and Jordan says we will order unisex t-shirts ASAP. Is that what they're called, unisex t-shirts? I don't know. Anyway, we were just super pumped about this, and Jordan can't stay very long, so everybody say thank you, Jordan, because she worked really hard on this, and she had to bring in a different computer because she doesn't like the computer that I have at work. But yeah, so everybody say thank you, Jordan, for the Wego t-shirts. I was super excited about it, and we were super excited to show it to you tonight. Yeah, so anyway, that's the Wego t-shirts. Okay, thanks, Jordan. Thank you. Okay, so just in case my voice doesn't hold out the whole night, I am going to talk kind of fast tonight. Okay, last week, and y'all know every week I say I'm going to talk fast because there's a lot of food to show you, or I'm going to talk fast because whatever, or because I don't know, whatever. So tonight it's going to be because I don't know how long my voice is going to make it. I do have a cough drop at the ready though, a sugar-free cough drop. So I've got that ready just in case. And oh, and Bernice says, what does Wego mean? So I'm actually glad you asked, Bernice, because I forgot to mention something that is on my little handy list over here of things to mention. So since yeah, I know, and Windstar Karen is saying, how's that any different? I know, I always try to talk fast, and I get that all the time. You're from the South and you don't drink sweet tea and you talk so fast. And Cheryl, yes, it does mean something. It doesn't stand for anything, but it does mean something. But I forgot to mention that in honor of the new Wego t-shirts, that it's going to be Wego week on If You Have an Egg. Just like it's, you know, so we're going to pretend like this is Animal Planet and we're having Shark Week. You know, we're going to have Wego week on If You Have an Egg. So every morning this week, starting tomorrow, I bought things to make 5 different kinds of Wegos. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to have a Wego every day in honor of Wego week. So yeah, so everybody get ready for Wego week. And Cheryl, you know I'm teasing you. Okay, anyway, so last week, so we'll move on. Last week, what was the topic about last week? Does anybody remember what our topic was last week? So remember, we're always a week behind. So the topic that we talked about in our chat last week, who remembers what that was? And more importantly, who remembers what their homework was? Who remembers what their homework was from last week? Yeah, and Cindy says she's obsessed with ham and cheese Wegos. Yeah, no, Wegos are the best. Stress, yep, Cheryl's exactly right, stress. So, oh, and Casey said I should have a March Madness bracket for everyone's favorite recipes I've created. Could we do that? Can we do that? Can we have a bracket? Can we have a March Madness Wego week bracket? I don't know. Let's think about that. Let's think about how we do that. Yes, stress. Okay, so more importantly, who remembers what their homework was? You are all correct. You're all correct. And Betty, the t-shirts are not on the website yet. We just got them. We just got the t-shirts. So like it's still wrinkled. It's still wrinkled out of the box. All we did was Jordan pulled them out of the box and I tried them on. Hey, Evie. Yes, y'all are all exactly right. Yeah, Gladys, you're right. Yeah. Okay, and Bernice wants to know if Wego is an Eggo. No, it is not an Eggo, Bernice. It's a recipe. If you can even call it that, it's a recipe that I came up with, gosh, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, and it's just a super simple breakfast idea. So I'll post the recipe after we get done talking, or if somebody who's talented enough can hop over to that link and post the recipe, that would be awesome. Yeah, Gladys says to blow out the candle. Yeah, Gladys, exactly, blow out the candle. So remember to blow out the candle. Something's really stressing you out, and just stop for a second. Breathe in and breathe out like you're blowing out a candle. Popsicle says, do something to de-stress. Yeah, so what did you do, Popsicle? What did you do to de-stress? Hey, Rose. Yeah, so that was your homework for last week, was to do something to de-stress. So what did you all do? What did you all do to take a minute, breathe, to relax a minute, to de-stress, to wind down, to get away from something that was driving you crazy or somebody that was driving you crazy? What did you all do to de-stress? We need some ideas. Because not everybody was here last week, so not everybody knows what my suggestions were to de-stress. So, ooh, Popsicle made blinged out Yeti cups. That sounds like fun. That actually sounds like fun and a major stress reliever. Awesome. I want to see what a blinged out Yeti cup looks like. Ooh, and she painted. Popsicle painted. Sandra crochets. Ruth took a walk. Casey and I we did Planet Fitness again. Kathy took extra walks around the building at work. Oh, Casey snuggled a sleeping baby. By the way, for the only time in your life when everybody wants you to gain weight, Alyssa is up to 9 pounds and 13 ounces now. Jackie was watching, watching Now Works. Oh, bubble baths, reading a book, yeah. Okay, and somebody's having some stress outside. Sorry, I've got the window open because I need a little bit of fresh air for my voice, and apparently we're having a little whoop, whoop, whoop outside, so don't know what's going on, but we live downtown, so there's no telling. Okay, so it looks like lots of you all did fun things to de-stress. I wanted to read you this little poem that our fearless leader Gwen gave to me last week, because she was like, oh, you know, watching all the stuff, you know, that was going on about the credit card that got stolen, you know, and just, you know, just life in general, just, you know, go, 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 go. She actually got this poem in the, let me think, she was in the bathroom at the hospital, I guess, or no, maybe it was at the nursing home, assisted living, where they've moved her mother to. So her mother's, she's older, you know, she's quite a bit older, and her health is starting to decline. She had a little accident, you know, with her legs, and got an infection. Anyway, so she's having, you know, some issues. So Gwen's been having to deal with that a lot lately, and she lives several hours away. Like, I want to say, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 hours away. Yeah, it's not a quick hop over there if anything's going on. Well, somebody at it was either the hospital or at the assisted living, somebody had gone around and posted up just little notes for people, just random notes. So this is the one that was in the stall that she had gone in, and she was like, so I saved it for you because it, you know, sounded like you needed it. So it says, remember this was just randomly on a bathroom wall. Oh, and Beth says she's just now joining us from New Jersey because there was a long line at Target. That's okay. That's okay. The part that you missed, which was mostly about my voice. Yeah. Oh, and about Wego t-shirts, Beth. We got the Wego t-shirts in. But you can catch up on all that later. If you want to watch this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com and search If You Have an Egg, all run together. Don't forget though, if y'all watch it on YouTube, pretty please remember to subscribe, comment, like, do anything and everything on the video, so that helps us stay at the top so that more people can see them. You wouldn't believe how many new people we've had join the group who literally were either brand new to Weight Watchers or were brand new to freestyle and just don't even know where to start. And they find us from YouTube. It's the craziest thing because I don't watch YouTube a lot. I know Casey and Alan do, but I don't watch it a lot. But we've had so many people that just needed help and didn't know where to get help. And Sandra said she loves my earrings. Thank you, Sandra. I think I got those at the half price sterling silver place in Las Vegas. But anyway, but yeah, so many people that they don't even know where to start, you know, especially if they're brand new. If you've never done Weight Watchers before, you know, sometimes it's a little overwhelming if you haven't done it ever. Fortunately, I guess since Karen and I've been doing it so long, none of it scares us anymore. But anyway, so yeah, so if you're watching this later on YouTube, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment, do something so that we can stay up in the rankings and other people can find us and can get help and can share with us. And hey, Donna says she's late, but you're here. Yes, you're here, so that's awesome. Okay, so this was posted just randomly posted on the bathroom door, and she brought it back for me. It says, a poem for someone who is juggling her life. Can't imagine why she thought that would be for me. This is a poem for someone who is juggling her life. Be still sometimes. Be still. It needs repeating over and over to catch her attention over and over. As someone who is juggling her life finds it difficult to heed. Be still sometimes. Be still sometimes. Let it all fall sometimes. Yeah, so that's by Rose Cook, and it's from Notes from a Bright Field, Cultured Llama 2013. So I thought that was very sweet, and it's very, I don't know if that's flattering or, you know, or sad that she thought of me when she saw that. Okay, yeah, and Rose said that's how she was the first time with Weight Watchers last year, and that's how she found us. So see, people wouldn't find us, and they wouldn't know where to get help if they didn't, you know, if we didn't like, share, subscribe, you know, so they would know where, you know, where to find us. Because I think we are, you 70 people here right now, you 71 people right here. Hey, Melissa. I think y'all are the real deal. I mean, y'all are real Weight Watchers. You're real people doing real, you know, what was it we said? What was it we said in, let's see, there was one chat last year we said we're real people, let me think, real people eating real food. I forgot it. Does anybody remember it? But anyway, y'all are the real deal. So, and hey, Evie says she loves the t-shirt. So Evie, these will be available soon. They'll be available soon in the fitted kind and in the, I guess Jordan said it was called unisex. But anyway, yeah, so I thought the poem was, pretty special. Okay, so before I leave us with no time for this week, I want to show you what I've been into. Hey Liliana, yeah, good to see you. You're not too late. We've been chit-chatting, so remember to go back and watch the rest of it to watch the first part of it on YouTube. And Sybil remembers, a real program for real people eating real food. Yeah, that's exactly us. And I feel like we are eating even more real food. Hey Diane, I feel like we're eating even more real food since we've moved to freestyle. So I'm not going to get into a freestyle debate tonight, but I really do think we're eating more food. But I wanted to show you what I've kind of been into today, because all I've thought about all day long is lemons. So I've had sugar-free cough drops all day. I've had sugar-free cough syrup all day, so we're all lucky I'm still standing. I made the mistake of taking NyQuil 2 nights ago, not because I felt bad, but just because I couldn't get rid of this gunk, just this little East Tennessee. Honestly, it's the Bradford pears. So yeah, Bradford pears are beautiful, but those of you who have them, this is what happens to people in East Tennessee. But anyway, so I accidentally took NyQuil 2 nights ago, just to try and get rid of that little irritating tickle so that I didn't have to sleep with a cough drop in my mouth. And yeah, I almost didn't get up the next day. So today's been all sugar-free cough drops, sugar-free cough syrup, all that kind of stuff. So I decided that for tonight, I would switch to lemon. So I've been kind of on a lemon kick all day long. So y'all already know, I already told you that I'm having the tea. Yeah, and Liliana says make some ginger tea with lemon and honey. Well, I don't have any ginger tea, but I do have this, and I do have some honey, so I will try that in a few minutes. Hey, Kim. But I am drinking the Tazo tea that Casey got me. It's the glazed lemon loaf tea. And Casey says the good old Bradford pears, plaguing the entire Milligan Bohannon family for years. Yeah, and lucky little Alyssa, lucky little Alyssa, she's gotten that trait from the Milligan side of the family. She's got one little eye that since the Bradford pear started blooming, is just weeping and weeping and weeping. But anyway, so I'm drinking the Tazo glazed lemon loaf tea, and I have a giant wedge of lemon in there, and just a little bit of Truvia. I didn't switch to the honey yet. I will switch to the honey in a few minutes. But I was waiting to see how many points I had left after everything that I've been eating. Okay, so when I was at Costco last week, so y'all know I went a little crazy at Costco last week because it had been a few months since I had been. Well, one of the things I got were these huge lemons. Now tell me why anybody on the planet needs lemons that are this big. So Casey and I have had lemon in our water all week because the bag that I got from Costco probably had, I don't know, 12 or 15 of these in there. And it's going to be nearly impossible for me to go through 12 or 15 lemons before they go bad. So we've had lemon in our water. We've had a slice of lemon in our water all day, every day last week. And then I gave a few of them to our friend Bobby at work. I gave her a few of them. Then, obviously tonight, I put it in my tea. I put it in my lemon loaf tea. But look what else I made today. So, who remembers my pudding drop, the pudding drop cookies from a couple of weeks ago? So a few weeks ago, oh, Gladys says zinc lozenges. Where do you get those? Yeah, and it's not even so much a sore throat. It's just stuff. There's like Bradford pear stuff right here, just stuck in my throat. But okay, so the pudding cookies, so the pudding drop cookies, yeah, a few of y'all remember those. Look what I made today. I made lemon pudding drop cookies. So they're lemon cheesecake pudding drop cookies. Yeah, lemon cheesecake ones. Still 1 smart point for 2 cookies. And this is how big the cookies are. So when you get done, they are this size. And the basic recipe, the beginner recipe is already on my blog. It's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and it's like the second recipe down, because the top recipe is Winstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. That's the first recipe that's on there. It's a guest recipe. And then the regular pudding drop cookies is the second recipe, but I'll post this as a separate one. I'll try to get it done tonight. Not promising anything because John's out of town, so that means I've got a lot of stuff I have to take care of myself because he kind of, you know, pets me when he's here. So, like, he takes care of the laundry. Let's just pause for a moment and remember why I've been married to John for almost 29 years. Is it that? Is it 29 years? Let me think. 29. Yeah, because next year will be 30. He's out of town for a week, so before he left to go out of town, he got all of Nana's laundry and washed it. It's all washed, dried, folded, and sitting in a basket over there, ready to go back. He did all of our laundry. He washed all of the dishes. He took the trash and the recycling out, so I have no trash and no recycling up here. And he made sure that I had time to go to Planet Fitness with Casey yesterday, all while he was trying to get ready. So let's all just pause and take a moment and thank John for being an awesome hubby. But anyway, so I'll try to get these put up there tonight. I mean, he's already done. Yeah, in case he said Daddy is the best. He really kind of is. He really kind of spoils me. But yeah, so I'll try to get this one put up tonight. I mean, basically he's done almost everything else except make my supper for tonight. So yeah, so I should have time to do this. And awesome, Cheryl says her hubby does her laundry too. Awesome. Oh my goodness, and y'all, okay, so I'm getting some other suggestions on what to do for my throat, so I'll take them all. But anyway, so these are lemon cheesecake pudding drop cookies. So it's the exact same thing as the other pudding drop cookies, except these do have the Kodiak cakes, and you can use self-rising flour, or you can use any other kind of a baking mix like that. But it has 1.5 tablespoons, or it has a quarter cup of that. It has a quarter cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and it has 1.5 tablespoons of cheesecake. Well, I've got it back here. Of cheesecake, yeah, sugar-free Jello mix. So it has 1.5 tablespoons of that, and then it has 1 teaspoon of sugar-free Jello, lemon Jello. You know, Jello. That's just the powdered Jello. And a teaspoon of Truvia baking blend, and then it has the zest of about 1/3 of one of these lemons, because that thing's huge. Like the ones at the store are like this big. I mean, they're like tiny. So it's the zest of about 1/3 of one of those, and then just a tiny bit of the juice. Not enough of the juice really to count for anything, but a tiny bit of the juice just to give it a little bit extra flavor, and 4 teaspoons of water. But I digress. I will put that on the blog. The other recipe is already on there. It's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And Beth says her 30th anniversary is coming in November. Congratulations. Yeah. So this one is the lemon version. You can see how fluffy, how light and fluffy they come out. I did try these in the air fryer, and I think somebody else did too. Hey, Stacy. And y'all know how much I love my air fryer. Mine did not turn out good. So I baked these in the oven again. In the oven, they're just perfect. I mean, they're the perfect amount of puffiness. You do have to let them sit for a minute after you take them out of the oven, or they're still a little bit gooey. It's a little bit gooey and runny, but after you let them sit for a few minutes, then they are soft and puffy. Sorry, I got excited. I thought maybe Caleb was on. So they're soft. If you can see this, they're soft and puffy and fluffy, you know, like this. But let them sit for a few minutes. And somebody asked me if they freeze well. I have no idea. I'll end up eating all these before I go to bed tonight. That's why I wasn't sure about putting the honey in my tea. Maybe I'll try to save 2 for Casey to try. Maybe I'll try. I only make 6 at a time. So I only make, when I make these cookies, I only make, and Sandra will be married 41 years in November. That's awesome. That is awesome. Excuse me. But I only make 6 of them at a time because I usually eat them. And even if you eat all 6 of them, that's 3 points. So it's not a huge big deal to eat all of them. But that's why I was, you know, trying to figure and calculate, you know, if I had enough for the honey, because I would love to have some honey in my tea. But anyway, so I digress. Oh, the oven. What I was saying is they're perfectly fluffy in the oven. Perfectly fluffy. Let them sit for a minute before you try to eat them. I tried them in the air fryer. They tasted fine. They looked atrocious. And they didn't look fluffy at all. So has anybody made the pudding drop cookies. Has anybody successfully made them in the air fryer? If you have, please tell us what time and for how long. What time? What temperature and for how long? Because mine did not turn out well. They did not turn out well at all. Yeah. And okay, and whoever just did the frowny face, so I'm assuming that the frowny face was because they didn't turn out well. So we don't do frowny faces on here. Yeah. I don't know why it freaks everybody out. So yeah, so you can do a shocked face, you can do, you know, thumbs up, whatever. But yeah, they didn't turn out good in the air fryer. So I quit doing it that way. I stuck with the oven, and the oven is 350 for 10 minutes. Okay. So let's talk about this week. As y'all know, we are a week behind. And oh wait, Darcy says she's loving lemon too lately. She just put a sprinkle of dry lemon sugar-free pudding into her yogurt for the evening snack, and she can't wait to try these cookies. Okay, I have not found lemon sugar-free pudding. I've looked at Kroger, Ingles, Publix, Kroger, Ingles, and Publix. I think are the three, maybe Food City, I don't remember. But I've looked at those. If any of you Knoxville girls know where to get lemon sugar-free pudding, please fill me in, because I haven't found any yet, and I would love to find some. But thank you for mentioning that, Darcy. Yeah, it's been really good. And I cut them all off, but I took a picture of them, and I'll post it later, because I've had something with yogurt in it. So since non-fat Greek, plain non-fat Greek yogurt, since it went to 0 points, Sybil says Aldi doesn't have it either. Since it went to 0 smart points, I've had something with yogurt in it almost every day. And you should have seen my fingernails this morning. I finally cut them off. I was just seeing how long they could go. I'll have to post a picture of them. It was ridiculous for me. This is how long I keep my fingernails all the time, because we sell granite, and I'm picking up granite samples all day. I'm moving granite all day. I'm picking up things that just chew your fingernails up all day. Plus, since I'm digging in this food all day, I like to keep them, short and neat. But yeah, they were super long. The yogurt, it's just like, so Jordan, if you're still here, and I don't think you are, but if you're still here, honey, you need to start eating the yogurt to make maybe you need to do that to make your hair grow longer, faster. So, okay, this week, what we talked about setting goals for success. So if you went to a meeting last week, and yes, YouTube people, I know it's backwards, you don't need to remind me, but if you went to a meeting last week, you should have picked up a weekly. If you missed your meeting last week, but you go to a regular meeting, remember to pick one up or ask your leader for it, or sometimes the person checking you in they'll have them. But always be sure and get your weekly. I wrote all over mine this week. Yeah, apparently I needed this a lot, because I wrote all over mine this week. So I needed my weekly. Plus, this week's weekly has the recipe. This week is super easy Linzer tarts. Okay, I've never made a Linzer tart, but I love the way they taste. I will be making this one. Has anybody made this recipe yet? This is the recipe that was in this week's weekly, the one that you would have gotten Sunday through Saturday of this last week, or you could have downloaded it. So they have these are available online. So if you're online only, or if you missed your meeting and you want to go ahead and download them, you can do that from WeightWatchers.com, but you do have to be a member to download these, to be able to get access to these. So yeah, if anybody's made, oh, and Melissa said yes, 5. You made 5 of these. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you all still talking about the biotin with keratin? Yeah, which one are y'all talking about? And I'm sorry, I'm just glancing at American Idol again real quick just to make sure that Caleb's not on there. So yeah, what are y'all talking about? Are you talking about the Linzer tarts? Because I'm excited to try them. Okay, so this week at Weight Watchers, what we talked about is setting goals for success. So you all know how much I like to set goals. Hey, Randy. So you all know how much I like to set goals. So I have hey, Julie. So Julie, hold on. Let's see. Our walker is here. Julie, 14,000 steps today. So by the time I a high five. Oh, that's hilarious. I did not know that. So Julie, by the time I walked with Dusty and walked him, and then walked with Karen, we did still get in 14,000 steps. The weather cooperated just barely. just barely long enough. Now I can hear it. It is finally raining outside, and y'all can tell that it's raining because I'm starting to get a little sweaty. And Sandra said her Weight Watchers meeting was closed because they had a oh my gosh, because they had a snowstorm. That's a little snowstorm, Sandra. They got 20 inches of snow. 20 inches. Hey, Christy. Hey, Meg Christy. And okay, Jackie's got 14,202. Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see when we get off if I have more than, where in 14,000 I have Jackie, to see if I can beat Jackie. Oh, and Julie's only at 43.78. Julie blows past all of us every single day. Oh, and Julie and Christy, you all missed the Wego t-shirt. Yeah, so the Wego t-shirts are here, and look, they say Wego Club on the back. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we'll talk about those later. Okay, so, oh yeah, and so what is up with that? What is up with that Casey got to see my Christy the other day? Why are you in Knoxville? You're confusing me so much. Yeah, and Christy's at 8,500 steps. Why are you in Knoxville? You're confusing me. Anyway, come back and see me, but kind of check ahead of time to make sure I'm there. I hardly ever leave, but you picked the one time that I left. Anyway, so y'all know how much I like my goals. If you've been watching our Wednesday wrap-up hour, it's just me chit-chatting on a, oh, and Carla didn't get much because her knee's out. I'm sorry, Carla. Do something with your arms. Do something with your arms instead, like grab some cans. Oh, you're visiting Michelle. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and sorry, Winstar Karen didn't know she was here either. Yeah, so she popped in the shop the other day, and Casey got to see her. And I don't even know where I was because I never leave. I never leave. And and she was there. But anyway, so yeah, so maybe grab some cans, grab some cans of soup or some bottled water, something, or do some arm exercises. And hey, we got a first timer here, Angela. It's her very first time here. So everybody say hello to Angela. It's her first time. And Angela, I promise I don't always sound like this. So my voice was starting to go, and then I noticed that my accountability Karen is now watching, and she made me walk in the very humid, almost rainy, windy weather. So it made my voice worse. Actually, I don't think it's any worse. I think it's probably about the same. But yeah, so if y'all been watching the Wednesday wrap-up, I have been, the last couple of Wednesdays, I've just been chit-chatting. It's 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. So I have managed the first 2 weeks of Wrap-Up Wednesday, or Wednesday Wrap-Up, whatever we're calling it, to only talk probably 3 minutes. And y'all know me, that's hard to talk for just 3 minutes. So it's just a little midweek wrap up. I went on Tuesday nights, so I've been wrapping it up on Wednesdays. So yeah, so y'all know if you've been watching me for any length of time, or if you're watching the Wednesday, yeah, Karen's laughing. Yeah, Karen, I'm blaming this on you. I'm just kidding. She knows, yeah, she noticed as soon as we stepped outside that I sounded like this. But anyway, and Karen, accountability Karen, I have not spoken a word, not one word since you, well, maybe 5 words since you left me. I've stayed off the phone. I haven't talked to anybody. I did say hello to a golden doodle on the street. And hey, it's Todd's first time. He just started Weight Watchers this week, and his wife loves the group. Everybody say hi, Todd. Hello. He can be our guy. So you can be our guy in the group on the on the live chat, because everybody's husbands bailed out on us. We used to have people's husbands pop in from from time to time, but yeah, so you can be our guy tonight. Good. Oh, yeah, and Debbie said she loved seeing Vegan Nana's yellow bug. Yeah, I was driving her bug last week. Well, I drive her bug every day right now. But anyway, so y'all know I love my mini goals. So this one, that's why I wrote so much in this week's book, because I do love my mini goals. I do the so when I set huge goals for myself, like at work, if I took everything I had to do at work, y'all know I've been waking up at like 1:30 and 2 o'clock every single morning, and my mind's been going, well, you didn't get this done, and you didn't get this done, and you didn't get that done, and this 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 done. So I used to make these huge long lists, and I had a spiral bound notebook, and I would write all these notes about what all had to be done, and I would make stacks and stacks and resort and stacks and stacks and stacks and resort. So now at work, I take, oh yeah, and Karen said, I saw you took Dusty out. Yeah, I had to after that, but he was actually not crying when I came back in, so that was good news. But so now what I've been doing, and this is just silly, but I've been taking old envelopes, like where I've taken mail out of an envelope, and I make a little list. So I just make a little short, quick list of things that could get done that day. So those are like little mini goals for me. So like I make these little lists, and that way too, when I'm done, when I mark it all, if I mark it all off, then I can throw away that old envelope. So it's an old, I'm not telling y'all to start using envelopes, I'm just telling you what I've been doing. So I've been making these little lists on, you know, envelopes to set a little mini goal. And Julie said her goal has been to get up at 3 a.m. every weekday morning to work out. Yeah, we love you for that, but we're not joining you. We'll just be with you, and you know, yeah, if I'm up at 3, I'll call you or something. I'll call you, Julie, if I'm already up at 3 anyway and can't go back to sleep. But I've also found that keeping those little empty envelopes near somewhere, you know, like near my phone or whatever, that when I get up in the middle of the night and all these things are running through my mind of things that I thought I should have gotten done, I can just jot a couple of them down on, and hey, Kathy, on another one of those envelopes, and get it off my mind and go back to bed, because I was picking up my phone and going through everything and seeing, you know, like, you know, trying to write down what I needed to get done or go ahead and finish it or whatever, and then I would get on my phone. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, Julie says my 3 a.m. is 1 a.m. there. That probably won't work. But see, Julie, I'm getting up at 1 a.m., so 1, 12, 11. So what would that be? Still be 11 o'clock for you? Oh, and is it Monica's birthday? I missed something. Sometimes when you all call me and it goes up really fast and I can't see it, but it looks like maybe it's Monica's birthday. It's Monika. Am I right? Is it Monica's birthday? And I can't sing anyway, but I really can't sing with this voice that's going on today. Yeah, really can't. But anyway, so I stopped trying to get it done on my phone or make my notes on my phone. I started doing them on a piece of paper. I say all that to say that I am a firm believer. Oh, and it is. It's Monica's birthday. So happy birthday to you. I sound like a middle school boy. But anyway, very happy birthday, Monica. But I'm a firm believer in mini goals, setting mini goals. And so we'll talk about that real quick as we're talking about this week's topic. But to set little bitty goals. Instead of these huge goals, because when I was making this spiral bound notebooks with all the lists, then the problem I ran into was the stuff that I didn't get done for that day. Then I had to spend the first 10 minutes every morning rewriting that list for the next day, and then rewriting that list and rewriting that list and that list and that list and that list. And it just wasn't, you know, I wasn't getting anywhere. It just wasn't getting anywhere. So I started setting these little mini goals. Well, I started doing that for myself too. I started doing that for myself too on my Weight Watchers journey. So instead of saying, you know, like I put in the beginning for the beginning of this chat, I put that I wanted to be a 5'7", or my goal was to be a 5'7". Let me think. What did I say? A 5'7", 30-year-old natural redhead. What else did I say? I can't remember. I can't remember what else I put on there, but whatever it was I put on there. Okay, I'm 5'5". And I'm 50, so I'm not ever going to be any taller, so I'm not going to be 5'7" no matter what I do. I'm 50. I'm never going to be 30 again. Natural redhead, sure, I think I can pull it off. And I forget what the last thing was. Oh, green eyes, yeah, so I could get contacts, you know. I could get contacts maybe, so I could maybe do that one. But all of that is a goal. It was unrealistic. It was unrealistic. It wasn't going to happen. It was not reasonable to even think that it was going to happen. And there was no possibility of achieving, some of these goals. So I like to break them down, into many things, many like tiny, not many things. Hey, Cher, just like many things. So, I'll read this to you in a second, but my mini goal 2 weeks ago, without even knowing, remember guys, I'm with you. I don't work for Weight Watchers. I don't get a heads up on what the topics are going to be. It's a surprise for me every week, just like it is for you. So 2 weeks ago, and it sounds like a lot of y'all are shorter than me, so I'm feeling pretty good with my 5'5". If I stretch 5'5.5", but anyway, so 2 weeks ago, my mini goal that I had set for myself was to pack, take, and eat my lunch every week. So I had to be specific. So it talks about that in our weekly this week, be specific. So that was pretty darn specific. I wanted to pack, take, and eat. And yeah, Debbie, we all know you're taller than me. But all that, so that was very specific. It was reasonable. Could I do that? Yeah, I go to the grocery store. I have containers. I work for myself. you know, so I decide what time I'm going to be there. So it was reasonable. That was a reasonable, you know, mini goal to set. It was something active, meaning it was something that I want to do. It's something that I wanted to do. So it was an active goal. And gosh, Sandra, you're tiny. Sandra's just a little bitty thing. She's the same height as Nana. And make it a short-term thing. So short-term was that week. So for that week, 2 weeks ago, I wanted to pack, take, and eat my lunch every day that week. So it fit all 4 of these criteria that I'm getting ready to tell you. This last week, my goal, it was a it was a micro mini, a tiny, tiny little micro mini goal. And my micro mini goal for last week was to hit 10 minutes on the elliptical without crying or dying. Yeah, because the first time Casey and I did it, so Casey and I have been going to Planet Fitness now. This will be our 3rd week. So the first time we went, and she was like, "Oh, let's do the elliptical," and she said, "You'll have to take it easy on me because I just had a baby." Yeah, okay. And I said, "Well, you'll have to take it on easy on me because I'm 50." So 4 minutes in, I was like wilting. I was almost crying. I was like, "I don't want to do this anymore. This is terrible. Is it always like this?" And I mean, I was going, oh, you know, I was huffing it. And Casey's over there. I mean, she just had a baby, you know, what, 8-7 weeks before that. And she's over there just going. So I made myself go that week to 8 minutes. And I thought I was going to die. So then the next time I went for a little bit longer, but my mini goal for this last week was to make it 10 minutes on the elliptical without crying or dying. Nailed it. I know that doesn't sound like very much, but that was a huge goal. Check. So that was a big check mark for me. And I got to do it on our Wednesday wrap-up. So that, to me, instead of writing it on a list and checking it off, I got to check it off on our Wednesday wrap-up that I think I put goal crushed, mini goal crushed. So that was. And Sybil says the elliptical is her favorite machine. I'm not saying I won't ever do it again. I want to do it. I want to be able to do it. But Casey goes for like 30 minutes, yeah. So I can walk the pants off of somebody. So after I did my 10 minutes without dying or crying, then I went and got behind her on the, thanks Liz gave me a Bravo sticker, I went and got behind her on the treadmill, yeah, and walked my little heart out on the treadmill because that's what I do, but I want to be good at the elliptical. Okay, so let's talk about setting our goals. How do you set goals for success? So this week, it's a girl named Kate, and she's talking about setting a specific goal for herself. She wanted to replace the sugary juice that she was drinking every day with 0 points beverages such as fruit-infused water, and add 5 minutes of daily activity, slowly increasing the time each week. So her approach was that she had some big goals. Hey, Janet. She had some big goals that she wanted to make. But she knew that she had to break them down, you know, into some smaller ones and set some very specific ones so that she could work up to the big one. So the first thing it says in our weekly, and remember, grab a weekly. If you go to a physical meeting, grab a weekly. If you don't go to a physical meeting, if you missed it, or if you're online only, you can print them off of WeightWatchers.com. So the first thing it says is, let's look at what goes into a powerful goal. Number one, it's specific. It's not this big general term like I want to lose some weight. I want to walk more. I want to snack less. It can't be a big general term. It has to be something specific. You must describe exactly what you want to accomplish. I am going to do yoga this week. Okay, that was the example in here. That ain't what I was going to do this week. I'm going to do yoga this week is less likely to happen than I will go to the community center's 10 a.m. yoga class on Monday and Thursday this week after I drop off the kids at school. That one is very specific. So my mini goal last week was 10 minutes. I'm going to do 10 minutes on the elliptical, no crying, no dying. That was very specific. Number two, it's reasonable. Yeah, so it had to be something reasonable. I didn't say I'm going to go from 8 minutes to 20 minutes on the elliptical. That wasn't reasonable. 2 more minutes? Yeah, I could probably do 2 more minutes. People that say I'm going to go from no walking to 10,000 steps a day, like your Fitbit automatically sets your goal, I think, at 10,000 steps a day. To go from 0 to 10,000, that's not reasonable. That is not reasonable, nor is it realistic. So 2 to 10,000 is not, hey, Connie. So going from 8 minutes to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, on the elliptical it wasn't reasonable. 8 minutes to 10 minutes, it was reasonable. So this says, not a runner, don't decide you'll start running 3 miles a day. And I underlined this part, the smaller the gap between where you are now and the goal you set, the more likely you are to reach it. So are you all listening to me? So the smaller the gap is, so I had 8 minutes and the gap was just 2 more minutes. So it was a tiny gap, 2 more minutes. The smaller the gap between where you are now and the goal you set, the more likely you are to reach it. And guess what? I did it. Yeah, there's Sally. Okay, Sally just showed up. Everybody that was asking about Sally. So Sally, we want to know, are you snowed in? Yeah, are you just absolutely snowed in? Ooh. Yeah, and you notice now everybody's going, Sally, Sally. So Sally gets almost the same reception as Dusty does. So yeah, so it's like, where's Sally? So every Sunday I get, where's Dusty? Or where's Sally? So here's Sally and Dusty's over here somewhere with a brand new haircut. So we're good to go. We got Sally and Dusty tonight. But anyway, so the smaller the gap between where you are now and where you want to be, the more likely you are to reach it. Yeah, definitely worked. So Gwen said, what's the least I have to change? So she said, so what's the very least I have to change? So I only had to change 2 minutes. 2 minutes, that was it. That was the least I had to change. So I only did whatever the least was that I had to change. So anyway, it works. The number 3 is a little confusing, I think, the way they phrased it. And Sally, no, he's not. It's active. Frame your goals as behaviors that you want to do instead of ones you don't want to do. So I'm not sure that, I don't agree with, I don't know that it's active. Hey, Susie. So it's active. Didn't really make so much sense to me as, oh, and Sally, you missed all the talk about things blooming here and me being so creepy. But yeah, so we want to hear about your snow too. Okay, and that tea is cold now. But anyway, so I don't know if saying it's active, like that's an active thing, makes so much sense, but I do understand this part. Frame your goals as behaviors that you want to do instead of ones that you don't want to do. So I said, again, for my micro mini goal on the elliptical, I said I want to do 10 minutes. I want to do 10 minutes on the elliptical, not I don't want to do, I mean, I don't know how I can make that into a don't want to, but yeah, and Sally, I'm not sick. It's just allergies. It's East Tennessee allergies. So all those beautiful Bradford pear trees that are blooming right now all over East Tennessee, they're all right here in my throat and in Alyssa's eye. Alyssa's got the same little thing I've got going on here in her eye. But anyway, so but you have to make it something that you want to do, not something that you don't want to do. So instead of saying it's active, I think I would say maybe it's proactive. So this one said, plan a low smart point snack after dinner provides a solution, but stop eating cookies after dinner doesn't. Does that make sense? So, so saying, I'm gonna plan a low smart points snack for after dinner. That's something you want to do instead. Oh, Sally, look, we got the Wego shirts. Aren't they cool? And look. Hashtag Wego Club. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Lynn, to show Sally the shirt. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to call it proactive. So yeah, make it something proactive, and you have to make it something short term. So short term doesn't mean you're only going to do it for a little while. Short term means that you're going, and thanks, Randy. Randy loves the shirt. Thank you. So short term means that it's something that you can put a little timeline on. Okay, hold on a second. Casey said, would it be like saying I want to be able to work out with Casey versus I don't want to die on the elliptical? Yes. So Casey, as we work up to this, as we work up to my little micro mini things, is I want to be able to like that would be the big goal. So, I want to be able to work out with Casey on the elliptical would be the big goal, and I have to break it out into little, kind of little baby steps, as long as you don't keep blowing past my baby steps instead of saying, I don't want to die on the elliptical. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Because there's no incentive. There's no incentive for me to get on the elliptical if the only goal is to not die, Yeah. But yes, I would like to be able to stand there with you the whole time. It would be nice to be able to watch 30 minutes of Midsummer Murders while I'm on the elliptical. I think that would keep my mind, keep my mind going. And I did charge my headphones, Casey. Yeah, so they're ready for Wednesday. Okay, but short term doesn't mean that you're only going to do it for a little while. It means it's a short term goal. So like saying that on the elliptical, I said I want to do 10 minutes. I want to do 10 minutes on the elliptical on Wednesday. So it was a short term thing. It was on Wednesday. I want to do it. I want to do it on Wednesday. Yeah, and Kathy says, for this week, I will. Exactly, for this week. For this week, or this day, or this minute, this one time, or this minute, I will do this. So the short term means you got to put a little short term limit on it of when you're going to get it done by, not that you're only going to do it for a short period of time. So this says, it's short term. Choose a goal you can reach in a finite length of time. Assess your progress at least once a week or even once a day. By reviewing your progress regularly, you can celebrate your accomplishments and troubleshoot any difficulties. And so I'm going to tell you a real quick story because it's already 8:55. Gwen's parents are dairy farmers. So our leader, our fearless leader, Gwen, her parents are dairy farmers. And so one year for Christmas, Gwen was going to make everybody the family's, the farm is called Navy Farms. And they had dairy cows, so she was going to make everybody Navy Farms dairy cow t-shirts one year, or sweatshirts for Christmas one year, and she was going to machine applique them. So she had all these little pink udders, and she had all these little white bodies, and then she had all these black spots. I mean, it was like a multi-layer thing because you had to get all these things put on, little pink noses, she'd get them all put on in these separate things, in these little things. So, and it was like 30 sweatshirts. So she had them all laid out, and her husband was like, wow, that's a lot. And she said, yeah, I know, but I'm going to get them done. I'm going to get them done before Christmas. So day one, she cut out all the pink udders, and she hot glued them. She she got them appliqued onto the, this like stitchery stuff. She got all those on the sweatshirts, and then she stitched around all the little pink udders. And her husband came in and said, how many did you get done? And she said, none. And then the next day she put on all the white bodies, 30 white bodies, and then she stitched around all of those. And her husband came in and said, how many did you get done? And or how many did you get finished? And she said, none. And then, the next day it's spots, and then the next day it's something else, and something else, and something else, and something else. And a couple of weeks in, her husband came in and said, how many did you get finished? And she had 30 finished. 30. She had all 30 of them finished. Now, it took her a couple of weeks, but she took them a little bite at a time. So she did all the udders first, stitched them all. And you should see Gwen doing it. She was going, and I stitched, and I stitched, and I stitched. We need to make her a guest sometime because she's hilarious. But anyway, so she did all that the first day, second day, third day. Yeah. So she finally got in little bite-sized pieces. By the end of it, she got all of them done. Now, she said, of course, like that last 2 nights, she was up to she was up for 2 days trying to finish them up, but she still got them done. Oh, and Debbie says, if you do 30 minutes on the elliptical, you can have cookies after dinner. You can have these kind of cookies after dinner without doing 30 minutes on the elliptical. Remember those? And Kathy says, I started my bike for 5 minutes a day, and every week I add 1 minute. Oh my gosh, she's up to 11 minutes. That is perfect, Kathy. That is actually perfect. And Sally just reminded us that she's got an attendance goal, attendance for the gym. So even if you just go for a few minutes, so Sally has an attendance goal thing that she's been doing in our private group. If y'all want to join that, but it's it's another great idea. And Mary said exactly right. Mary says, I always say you can't eat an elephant in one day. That is very true, very true. Okay, and then the last couple of things, and my voice is going to give out. So there's a girl at my meeting. Her name's Cheryl. And she said this at the meeting, that she's going to walk 15 minutes during lunch at work, and she's going to add it to her to-do list so that she can check it off. What a great idea is that? So Cheryl, the office that Cheryl works in, her boss is very health conscious, and he highly encourages them to get up and walk around. He rewards them, like she earned a Fitbit, not too long ago. But she's actually going to put it on her work to-do list. So now, and all the other stuff that she has to get done, the filing and the opening the mail and the blah, 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 answering the phone and calling these people, whatever is on her to-do list, she has a square now on her to-do list that says to walk 15 minutes during lunch, so that when she gets back, she can check it off of her to-do list. Yeah, is that not a great idea? They also suggest that we start with no more than 2 goals per week. Again, if you set too many, you're going to get distracted. Okay, so what are you going to do? One day. So Gwen had us pick a goal, and I know this is backwards, so you can't read it. But Gwen had us pick a goal for one day. So just to get in the habit of it, just in case some of us, weren't used to setting goals. Of course, I'm used to setting mini goals, but just in case we weren't used to setting goals, she wanted us to set a goal for one day, what we said we would do for one day. And I said on mine, and this was on Tuesday of last week, I said my one day, arrow, 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 and then it says 8 minutes to 10 minutes on the elliptical on Wednesday. So let's go back to our 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that specific? Yes, that was specific. 8 minutes to 10 minutes on the elliptical on Wednesday. Was it reasonable? Yeah, I was only going up 2 minutes. Was it active? Yes, I said I want to walk. I want to go from 8 minutes to 10 minutes on the elliptical. So I'm going to call it proactive. And is it short term? Could I measure it, quickly? Yeah, I knew by Wednesday whether or not I was going to make it. So I got my mini goal done the very next night. So my mini goal for this week is to, let me think, what am I going to make my mini goal for this week? I think I'm going to stay at 10 minutes on the elliptical, but this is what I'm going to set my mini goal for this week. So one day a week, Casey and I do, what do you call it? Aerobic exercise or whatever you call that, like the elliptical and walking and the bicycle and all that kind of stuff. And then on Saturdays, we do the 30-minute, Planet Fitness, the Planet Fitness Express. So I'm going to make my next short-term goal about Planet Fitness again. And I'm going to say that by the Planet Fitness, by next Saturday, on next Saturday, that Casey and I are going to move up one weight, or depending on what the machine is, we're going to either move up one weight or we're going to add repetitions to those machines, because we've done the circuit, to the 30-minute circuit. So we've done it 3 times now. So next time we're going to go. So on Saturday, so I'm going to make it specific. Let me flip back to this, and sorry, my voice is really really struggling to get these last few words out. So my specific thing is that depending on which machine it is, we're going to either add repetitions, or we're going to move it up to the next, or down, stick the thing in the next weight. That's reasonable, because this will be our 4th time doing it. We're both starting to get a little bit stronger. So yeah, I think it's reasonable to do that. And, and by going, and we're going to do, instead of, and when I say going up in repetitions, we're going to go, okay, and I don't know why we're having a squirrel moment. Why is Sally having a squirrel moment? But anyway, so where we've been doing 15, we're going to go to 20 repetitions, or we'll go to the next level on the weights, whichever one makes more sense. And it's proactive. Yes, I want to go to the next weight, or go from 15 to 20 repetitions on the workout. And it's short term. I'll know by Saturday. I'll know by the end of the day on Saturday if we have met our goal. So Casey, are you in? If you're there, are you in with me on our mini challenge, our mini goal challenge? And notice it didn't involve the elliptical this week. So yeah. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? What's your mini goal going to be for this week? And I see several people, like Sybil says, tomorrow she's going to drink at least 64 ounces of water. Yeah, so tomorrow, I think you're going to do it. I think you're going to do it, and I want to hear back. So over in the closed group, I want you to tell me if you drink your 64 ounces of water. Yeah, or here, you can say here in the comments. But yeah, who else is going to set a mini goal, and what's your mini goal going to be? So just one thing. Has to be specific though. You can't just say more. Has to be specific, has to be reasonable. You can get it done. It has to be proactive. It's something that you want to do, and you're going to do, that you're not going to do. And it has to be time specific, like tell me when you're going to do it. And suddenly you all are very quiet. So either you're thinking about this, really thinking hard, or I've just completely freaked you out. Okay, so Christy is going to do 3 exercises on her total gym on her days off. Okay, what are those days? I want you to say what those days are. Okay, Debbie, start weight training this week. What does that mean? What are you going to do one day? What are you going to do one day? So pick one day and what you're going to do for that. And Gladys says her goal is half done. She made 2 different meals for the week, and it will take care of 4 or 5 dinners. Oh, and she did it while she was watching us. Awesome. Okay, and somebody's just went by too fast. Somebody's going to walk to the end of the driveway 3 times. Somebody's going to, Randy's going to attend bar yoga. Paula's thinking. Lynn is going to clean at least 20 minutes each and every day this week. Yay! Okay, Debbie's going to do it 3 days. Okay, and Christy says, you don't know what your days off yet are. And Julie's going to do 11,000 steps or better each day, 8,000 on the bike, at least 10-second planks every day. Woo! Joyce is going to make a new recipe this week with veggies. Awesome, awesome. Donna's going to increase 1 mile to her long run on Wednesday. That's great. So you know what day you're going to do it too. Paula's going to ride her bike Wednesday for 20 minutes. Paula, done deal. That's exactly right. You're going to ride your bike for 20 minutes on Wednesday. That's all you got to say. Randy, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's awesome, Randy. Yep, and Jackie's going to lift weights while she's watching TV. Lynn, yeah, okay, so Sybil's wanting, somebody to come help her cleaning, so yeah. Oh, and Kathy's going to post something on our Weight Watchers group every day. That's an awesome goal because you know what? There's a whole bunch of us, and guys, the rest of them are coming up too fast, so, and my voice is waning, and it's 9:06, and John is in Cincinnati waiting, or somewhere, actually he's north of Cincinnati. I don't really know where he's at. He's somewhere in Ohio waiting on me to call him. So these are awesome. I want y'all to keep posting these. I promise I will read them later. Honestly, I'll probably sit through and read these rather than posting the recipe for this just yet. I'll just eat these and oh, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. This is going to be my mini goal for tonight, and this is not really a good mini goal. I am going to drink another cup of hot tea with lemon, and I'm going to drink it to soothe my throat while I'm eating the lemon cookies that we made for tonight. Yeah. Okay. And does anybody want to see Dusty? Let me see if I can grab him real quick. Yeah. And anybody who didn't see the Wego t-shirt, here they are. We'll talk about those later. And let me grab Dusty real quick. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's out. He is out like a log. Oh my gosh. Wow. He is so sleepy. Okay. Don't run off yet. He's coming back. So he was sound. Look at his face. He was sound asleep. He was he's like, what? Look at his face. He's like, why did you people wake me up? He's so warm. Oh my goodness, he's so warm. And he got a haircut. So, okay, yes, and Mary says, thanks. Oh, thanks, and hashtag Wego Club. So I'm going to put the very sleepy dog down. He is so, oh my gosh. Y'all should feel him. He's so warm. But anyway, so good night, everybody. I want you to keep posting what your mini goals for the week are going to be. Yeah, and I thank y'all for being here, and thank you so much for surviving the throat. I'm going to go take care of that, and so Casey and Jordan just know tomorrow, or I won't see Jordan tomorrow, so Casey just know tomorrow. I may not be able to talk, which I know will be a bonus, but anyway, so good night. Thanks for suffering through it, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.